Fast forward, any come out channel so AGH politics avenue. Onia podcast or training because make headlines. Ena ejembre ne di exum ewa ni di mia hobraxi mu se ene ADD kanya. Onia subscribe to the channel emame. Is notification bell to share na Akuffo so answer into me NKB. Ni di mia hobraxi mu yembo ingram ewa political highways ni ejedem. Fast forward. Jen Mensa acquire target ama NDC for say Kianaki. In Sembi Omukan, say Umbayina free a year easy a Kunyanaso as chairperson Ebeye. Petition Addo it me Akroma, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Papano and Fauci annual. Now we stayed here. See a boy be kawa nifri one casawun to me. On one case do my 4 no year Juma o easy office for no etimi a petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Say omu enyinim free a year the office. Omu sakeno say the odiye to kununa. Na boxwan aksare a oni ne year Juma. Expose bi Akuffo afana ho. Ene opeyin kesiye bi ebetena a year UTV. Na ochire say boxman aksare a year NPP ni. Vividly, you mong one simini. You tea in some Ahodoa Oka. Channel Swam say, AGH politics avenue. Yamay encounter say, or join him.
On the issue of gold board and the achievement. In fact, I now Mubu baby say Tikese or Reagi or something like that. But I need to assume and said it to me. A process no manede no mapa egu akwam na ahotoso eba matra ha can say gold boards creation, and as we see it now probably a contribute to close to about 50% of Ghana's economic pillars as we speak, because in Shaya gold board ediguho through a listening ear. Our call grounds during campaign time. People's Manifesto. No more day or monsam a cotton for him say. Again, you bet to me a year, say about Bemo de Bebuagana. I remember very well. Said the small scale miners, a proposal to the then candidate and not Pam Forster. I don't know more yet gold no mining and as a purchase near export no. At said the Moya cocoa board. And Kamoya a bebo, I said a baby, one central point responsible for buying, exporting of gold. Omokra no mojitu, so mbeye hujuma, and pass mobile bemo, omodia ayejuma. If you look at the indicators now, in the history of this country, Cecilia Abeto just say 90 tons since the establishment of gold board a buy and Ghana a reiki gold at the time now. NPP MI now your gold reserves just about 8.4 tons. NPP buy no omodika krabe kan ho through almost that is what they say. I haven't seen the records that more gold for oil the allegations and I say the claims are that by the time we feel only about 30 something tons of gold. I stand to be corrected. Now if we take that out now at this moment, and I minus even the 30 something, 90 more, which I know said that 90 stands for when gold board was established. And for me, I did back one, I fascinating me and I say I am in one. I'm a man confidence and hope in this country's rebuilding, and the commitment of the CEO of gold board. I also saw in the eyes of the board of directors now. So what board of directors, the day they were being inaugurated now, eminent men and women of substance who are committed to serve this country. And for me, I am criticizing opinion be a pound so we use a bulletproof car. I think saying for here bulletproof cars, a business fee. Very critical. Some of us know, yes, exactly. You see, all these conferences, don't assume, sir, the international community who were benefiting from the haphazard manner in which we used to mine, they are not averse with him, sir, and also with the government, sir. We look up to Africa for a development. If you are Bambia, you want to portray yourself as Kwame Nkrumah. Now, the sources of gold, you never cheap, no. Oh, baby, we must look into it. Now, the necessary protection should be given to those who are running the core center of our economy, including Wǒrsěn, Bank of Ghana governor, and probably Boja, the road minister, who is also insisting, together with the government vision, with Mahama said, we will not allow you to use materials for our roads. All these things you might just gloss over it, but they have serious implications with regards to more benefiting from those areas. And if you look at the inception of Gold Board, per what we are reading, jobs are created. It tells you that we can mine the gold in a responsible manner. You bring a scratching way. But because of the illegal aspect of it, no, or still illegal, no, they cannot come and sell it to Gold Board or even some of the small scale license mining.
No better determine say we illegal gold and our beton, because I don't think so. More as stated says, if they'll be able to even trace it, governor, just saying I may add one next year, 2026. Until now, no, or more better who say we need illegal. It's a no.
No, for now, it is the human factor and the human tracing. The Small Scale Miners Association, some of them we cannot rule, say, they are not doing illegal mining. In fact, I even want to say, they are the people who brought about this illegal mining. Because they got the license. Obi was licensed and probably for the fact that they wanted more, they probably left their concessions and went to areas now Omufi say Mecca somehow say a bit to me about say and illegal mining but they have come to see the light say yeah and I say so you transfer or more illegal or more cost a better affect yankasa those who have legitimate licenses are it in a responsible manner. It will affect us, and for that matter we must ensure say we will speak out, we will advocate, we will educate. Say the buyer or more illegally. So those who do it illegally, they have a difficulty in selling. That is how come still the Gold Board is arresting people who are harboring gold, cash, etc. Mukop villages, Nikoto. They have their clients, the illegal mining. They have their.
We are sure say one more illegal, no more finding difficult. 9 billion forex year, one more thing gain no. And illegal on the gold in even a camera amounted to this. I
will not rule that out. But you as an illegal miner cannot go to any registered entity to say go boss a autumn. And there are some of the small scale miners, licensed ones, sir. So what the illegal gold air call herself all the better because say not agreement that hono him say that may be affecting the say I can say there's a bounty so to me catch there say as soon as it will delay in you bet to me action panel also Yamako commission. I have
but are there measures sir woman the right to buy gold, you know, woman putting in place beton gold to say oh fabi enema say we legal miner and son ya to gold nana.
For now this is the Gold Board Adiaba and onokwane so purchaser and exporter. You if you have registered, you have the land, you bring it to them to buy, right?
Also, omo decentralize others no more certificate or mono me koto.
Exactly. And the bread omo. Yes. Until I say I will not rule out the fact say small scale miners now have more licenses no. They also buy from maybe the illegal miners. But you see, as time goes on, they fizzle out of the system. If the current administrations or more quest to fight the illegal mining, so I am confident say you will not even have an interest in illegal mining. Because why? Or more any small large scale miners in Biakasa, Newmont, Anglo Good, I stand to be corrected. say omo consensus be what that omo enkomu they should cede that part to them.
That's the cooperative mining.
Exactly. So that they can rob in those who they are perceived as doing illegal mining into such areas to be supervised to do the mining in a responsible manner. And for me, a very gradual. But I can even say for now, within this 1 year, a lot of the illegal miners are having issues going into the sites to mine. Until eventually, the need to be part of the responsible mining aspect, legitimate licenses, and I say found as workers. Now you supervisors or more sure more to responsibility. Not gold board, and I say other licensed individuals, and I say companies or matter any other gold board. Until end just I mean you throw a magic wand and everything is gone. No. They will never leave the system, and probably even in the next 20 years, we will still have illegal miners. But if we are able to reduce it to about even 80%, Ghana stands a chance of becoming the top notch in terms of dealing in gold. And for me,
what's about 80%?
80%
of those who
say if we are saying gold a 2-year term, me purchase to me eradicate illegal miners no.
Oh, okay.
In the near future, Ghana will become the top notch in terms of say gold, dread DNA, I say added value to it and all that. And money better illegal. Don't forget, say, I don't want to mention particular, but Abrofono may come boom. Omobaha, any other nationals Omoba ebeto if illegal miners, they are still in the system. But they are also finding it difficult because themselves are about beto. Nasi yensa so more. The laws now and anybody. Until there's also fear amongst them to not want to venture. Until one of the days where they could have doled out money, say, mining, family, or more esro kakra, until gradually a beefy system. They will also come and understand, say, so we are responsible and no more gold. Chance say, you're not in democracy, you're the airton. The gold board as we see it now. Looking at the economic indicators, I am confident that it will continue. Inflation, all the economic year or my agent brand. I hope, say, through the reserves, a source of backing, or central bank. Now, it will revamp the economy to a stardom. I want to believe, say, we will be happy living in this country.
Okay, Honorable Titles Glover.
I'm going say, Semesha Sia, Oshe, your constitution, I think that's 275 or whatever, I may be wrong. Or say, a goodie beer, a shasa siase, a shen sum. A pum, and you Ghana for dear. Na yedi show mamping and some na on sheso and my and the Quembia was so fast soa. I didn't fast so papa bebo man and I said yet so besheso. There were several types of mining licenses. There were reconnaissance license. On the it's just for 12 months. Into two form. Uduwani ukita wo gadgets ehwe kon be faso a ba won say good no e wo studio a e wo UTV ye tutu form na a renewable, okay, for at least 1 year or 2. You will be so a friend prospecting and then over to form kakra bi and the land size I remember no in your next renewal no you better so because in person you better assassin no. You have a large scale, and the Anglo good no money. Kenya say hono, say mining company war. Newmont, no large scale underground. Now they are doing then you want a small scale mining. Now your small scale be brave, say. But because of a vision, and you're so strong in tea. Obi or your reconnaissance or your prospecting and in lands in the catcher is a month to 2 form no but no the excavator no da go gum no to go because any sign and and it's because the supervision is so abysmal. That is why ye jegumwa obi ye de openo. Now, Gold Board, is a replacement of Precious Minerals Marketing Company. And no wonder that. The only distinction that woman is under Gold Board, your maho will be and back into the space to come and deal in the gold, which is fantastic. Because own idea free mun go in wa. Ya reserve say Ghana for me na me tieze me bada okase almost licensed dealers almost about 700. It can be more. Now one in no Ghana for so to gold no. Now sa reservation no ayaye no eboa because uko GIPC Act 26 or say juma bi wo kromo a ya reserve dia ma Ghana for and so bia e de pre ho ba ne ya gem agegem and the whole ne den e de e pre ho na e ba na sa no a e ma kromo for no woni di yaw so that's it woni di yaw ba so it is important say dia yaka ye di mra aka say juma we ye jama Ghana for man aya we fa ye ni di chiri ni make sure say e beboa me can we dia kosi asem so say de nde Gold Board no about replacing precious minerals we call the maritime industry, the shipping lines. Parliament, I was then the deputy ranking member for Committee of Trade, Industry and Tourism. Now you have GIPC and Marano. Now you do baby shipping line you may almost take the port or pepper pan exchange you releases no more because who crowd will never free China, any free UK, other European countries, America de bano. Sika was able to for transportation. What you had that? We would do I was here releasing manifest, whatever they call it. I was saying TSKB Edimano. Then we would charge other fees which they shouldn't have. These are terminal charges, handling charges that they are not supposed to. Shipping event is Ghana Shippers Authority. Gapoa, on go charges shipping lines on charges are there. A Juma when we are Ghana for there. I remember at that debate, my colleague Kofi Brako, Omami, a paper from Nigeria, US, and South Africa says, say Juma year above for a year with Ghana Hano. In their countries, it is reserved for their people to do. Ahobia enu because of national security concern. And the way no, a na mebo Gold Board for Abaso for what they have done. From independence to 2016, the amount of gold is about 8 tons. And you say, Debbie, in order to make our currency stronger, we need to build that stock. And the shares and they almost 30 to 32 tons, which with a lot of money. Which I say, and to make sure say ebeboa. Na edu baby because say Bank of Ghana issue gum you call IMF no ye dey no 80,000 or so 80 million whatever they do it 80 million at a time but which share dia only be gum na it makes the city a bit me hope focus on the kasa na me no because ya season no because which one would gum because reserves na we want na would dim akono and say bibi e ko simi nka say bibi bonensi na reserve no dim na we hwegum you are eating your reserve which you are building for future and the minority for you can say look slow down so the musi ehwe ade na gum no it doesn't make it real. Let us allow market forces, demand and supply, to determine as to how we want to run this dollar and this CD relationship.
Because now they've been able to seal all the loopholes, we are able to generate more. Into even if say one would be a shemama or man for kuma harry one
fantastic, fantastic. I hope when I made a shipping line for the account. The fact is, ye hold the free Ghana for any dim akoniaba. Only moody juma. But we cannot run away from the fact to say, Omo gold dealers no more talk. No more sakoto diama Gold Board no. Galam says gold titri no more no. Because they don't mind. Touch all it. Kenya say New Month any gold fields and you go no money from Baha.
But you mean generalizing in now so say galamsey say binum so to me krata legally no or mutimi won kwan so
me say to me krata to buy and you to free one why
and I make just a minus no you mean generalizing so mu nyina na ye illegal mining.
I agree fair. But I can tell you 80-90% are galamsey gold. 80% galamsey gold. Because dealer now all tono. Dealer no only asazia otugo.
Say dealer no ho. I say be
we be say myself bekasa.
I fan bekasa. We having a conversation.
No, allow me to flow.
Oh, Debbie, but say uba mo say me ba me di enko.
Sanso uba dodo.
Honorable.
You disturb my flow.
Honorable. It mean cases so money na 90% na illegal.
You see, you can't take it away. Because there was a who edit galamsey na gold no air fast gold board no it defeats the purpose of the gold board. Fighting galamsey and that form. Sabrina ye catch the menu and